The Augur. View your future. Person of interest. The Augur. Name. Nara Kagan. Alias. The Augur. Known afflictions. None. Last known location. Level 4. The image shown here is a photograph of Kagan during one of his divination sessions. Description. Nara Kagan, usually known to Wanderers as the Augur, is a former psychic who no-clipped into the Backrooms sometime between 2000 and 2005. He claims to be able to perfectly predict the future using nothing but his own mind, the minds of his clients, and a crystal ball. However, unlike other psychics, Kagan's predictions are scarily accurate, attracting curious minds from across the Backrooms. His suspected abilities appear to correlate with supernatural forces, leading many to speculate about his possibly elevated divination techniques. Despite appearing as a 70-year-old man, the Augur seems to possess the deep voice and vibrant energy of a 20-year-old person. He runs a small stand that can frequently be seen in multiple levels with his prized crystal ball. He will answer any questions the Wanderers ask him. He takes no payment, believing there to be a cost to knowledge already. Everyone seeking a fortune from him is reminded of this fact, but attempts to determine what the cost is have not been successful. Regardless, he will always ask for the Wanderer to consent to paying the costs first, before he starts the divination session. The sheer accuracy of his predictions, especially those concerning the exact time and method of his clients' deaths, has resulted in further investigation. Whether he is merely predicting the deaths or causing them remains unknown. Date: September 13th, 2020. Operative: Meg. Junior Operative Clarissa Warren. Objects involved: Warren's notebook, a camera, and a squirt gun loaded with pyrrole. Location: the Augur's stand in level 4. Subject: the Augur's prediction capabilities. Begin log. Kagan: come in. You need not worry. This will be my final session. Warren: hello, I'm Clarissa Warren, Kagan: I was expecting you, Clarissa Warren. Junior operative as part of the Meg, am I correct? Warren: yes, but how did... Kagan: perhaps I must introduce myself. I'm Nara Kagan, but you can refer to me as the Augur. I am stationed here in level 4 to provide my fortune-telling services to those who ask. Many wanderers claim I can reliably predict the future, and I assume this is why you're here. He motions for Warren to sit. Would you like to sit? We can have a conversation if you'd like. You're here to interview me, so I'd like you to start with the first question. Warren takes a seat, albeit hesitantly. Warren: how do I know you're not just a fraud with malicious intent? Kagan: starting off cynical, Well, I'd like you to ask your peers, specifically Operative Veronica Francis, who received a session from me approximately 2 days ago. She'll vouch for me. Warren pauses and looks down for a moment before resuming eye contact. Warren: how do you know all this? Kagan smiles subtly. Kagan: perhaps it's better for you if I keep that a secret. Warren leans forward curiously. Warren: and why is that? Kagan: well, I am aware your natural tendency to spill secrets, so much so that some of your peers refuse to listen to you. If I told you how I predicted the future, I know you'd falsely accuse me of lying. To accuse me of being a fraud despite my status would be a grave mistake for your reputation. Kagan pauses and smirks. And your position in the Meg. Warren nervously scribbles how in her notebook. Warren: I understand. Kagan: excellent. Now, may we begin the session? It will provide you useful information for your superiors. Warren contemplates for a moment, then nods her head. Kagan: I must warn you of the costs associated with knowledge. I assume you are aware of their existence, considering your superiors have briefed you on what to expect during the session. You will have nothing to fear during this conversation. I am unarmed. I will not and cannot hurt you. If you feel threatened, remember that you possess a weapon. However, I digress. Are you willing to accept the consequences? Warren nods her head and looks down at her holster, and looks back towards Kagan. She nods her head. Kagan leans back in his chair and takes out a crystal ball. Ask away, but before you do, I must make one request. Don't fly too close to the sun. Some parts of your future are best left unknown. Warren: will the Meg ever find an exit to the Backrooms? Kagan: No, the Meg will have disbanded by the time an exit, if one exists, is found. Warren looks down at her notebook, but ultimately decides against writing in it. Warren, will you die? Kagan, yes, all humans die at some point. Warren, when will you die? Kagan, October 20th, 2097, at exactly 9:03 a.m. Warren, have you accepted your fate? Kagan, human life is meaningless. I am merely a speck of sand in the observable universe. Whether something exists after death is beyond my knowledge, but I know that my death will not be impactful in the grander scheme of space and time. Kagan pauses. Enough about myself. What do you want to know about your own future? Warren, will I escape the backrooms, or am I destined to die here? Kagan, unfortunately, you will die here. I must warn you against inquiring further, however. Remember the tragedy of Icarus. Your ambition and curiosity just might kill you. Warren contemplates for a moment before asking her next question. What is my purpose in life then, if I'm destined to die here? Kagan stares at the ball for a moment. Warren writes, is he even using that thing, in her notebook? Kagan, you are a naturally curious individual, one who seeks knowledge for everyone's benefit. This is why you joined the Meg. This is why you volunteered to interview me. Unfortunately, this will also be your downfall. However, you will die knowing you have fulfilled your purpose to obtain knowledge. Warren, when will I fulfill my... Warren reconsiders. Actually, when will I die? Kagan, remember when I first mentioned the cost to knowledge? Knowing the answer to this question will result in greater costs. Warren expresses confusion. Warren, you don't respond with this to other people who ask my exact question. Why is that? Kagan, it ties directly to the fact that this is my last session. Kagan pauses. Do you still want to know when you'll die? Warren, yes. Kagan looks at the clock. Kagan, you have exactly 12 minutes and 32 seconds left to live, starting now. Warren rises from her seat, shocked. Warren, wait, that can't be right. You're wrong. Kagan, have I ever been wrong? You're merely in a state of denial right now. Your death is sealed in fate. Warren, how will I die? Kagan, blood loss caused by third-degree burns. Warren stands still. Kagan, I told you previously, this is my final session. Perhaps it's time to explain why the Meg will hunt me down after your death. I will be shot on sight. Therefore, after this session ends, it will no longer be safe for me to host any more sessions. The Meg will always be on my trail. Warren, but why? You're not going to kill me, are you? Kagan laughs. Kagan, kill you? I don't cause deaths. I merely predict them. Your life will end the same way as the others before you. Warren reaches for her weapon. Kagan, I warned you not to fly too close to the sun. I said it before, and I will say it now. I am unarmed. Do not fire your weapon. You'll only burn yourself. Warren draws her weapon and points it at Kagan. Warren, you're lying. Kagan puts both his hands up. He remains calm. Kagan, you underestimate my capabilities. Remember what I said about how you will die? That weapon is in your hands right now. Put it down. Warren, I won't fall for it. Kagan looks at the clock and stands up. Kagan, it's best I leave now. Looks like you're out of time. I hope you enjoy your life while it lasts, because it won't last much longer. Warren pulls the trigger, and the squirt gun explodes into a ball of flames. Warren is knocked unconscious, and a raging fire unleashes. Kagan, that'll be the end of our session. Warren's body is engulfed in flames. Kagan walks up to the camera and picks it up. Kagan sighing. They'll never learn. End log. Aftermath. Clarissa Warren's burned body, along with the camera containing this log, was found in level 4, but the Augur was nowhere to be seen. The Meg suspects that the Augur intentionally manipulated Warren's weapon, causing the explosion that resulted in her death. As a result, the Augur is currently classified as an at-large threat. Any sightings of him should be reported to the Meg immediately.